We're going to be talking about the 6 I's and purpose being in the center. So first we're going to start off with purpose. Purpose is located in the center of the 6 I's model since it's related to all of them. Purpose is what drives your passion and gives you the motivation to identify, ignite, investigate, invest, implement, and improve. There are 2 types of purpose. Personal purpose, which is the first one, is purpose for yourself, and collective purpose, which is the second one, is purpose for others. We should all have a purpose-driven life because living a purpose-driven life leads to better performance and overall organizational improvement. In our lab dealing with purpose, we reflected on the tragedy of 9/11 and how it affected many people's lives, as well as how the people in the towers had the purpose of survival and how to get out of the building. We used creativity and innovation to come up with different ways on how to escape the tower if we were trapped inside them. When it comes to purpose for myself, I'm motivated in wanting to help others be part of something that will make an impact.
To start off, we must identify the first I, which is identify. Identify is about recognizing opportunities and defining goals. A key strength is that it provides clear direction, but a weakness is that if rushed, it can lead to misaligned strategies. In our lab, we applied identify by creating an Instagram account to build our network. By targeting the right audience and using strategies like consistent posting and hashtags, we gained 64 followers. Personally, I identified the key elements that included my love for anime and my cultural background that resonated with my target audience on TikTok, which helped me accumulate over 100K on TikTok by focusing on trends, consistency, and engaging content. Identifying clearly sets the stage for success, leading into the next step, ignite.
The following I is for ignite, which is essential to innovation. Igniters are able to come up with new ideas and constantly challenge themselves to think in different ways to find creative solutions to a problem. They want to constantly learn, and they should be motivated to do so in a work environment. An igniter's strength consists of being able to come up with ideas quickly. They're able to see connections between ideas that are often missed. They can help motivate and inspire others. Some weaknesses of an igniter can consist of becoming too obsessed with finding new ideas. They can act without thinking or be irrational. They may be able to have an idea but can't successfully implement them. The lab that revolved around Ignite was the auction sale. This involved creating a piece of artwork and trying to find a unique way to auction it off to get the most money. Our group was able to raise $49.98, which we were all very proud of. Personally, I was able to use the Igniter mindset to improve sales in auctions that I run normally, and I've already seen an improvement.
Next is the I for investigate. An investigator is one who researches, analyzes, and asks insightful questions. They make sure the idea they have is useful and not just novel, as well as test ideas with the buyers before implementing them. An investigator is someone who is approachable, friendly, curious, is able to communicate well, and doesn't take no for an answer. However, some investigators struggle with not listening well and being dismissive or arguing with the buyer. In our lab dealing with the I for investigate, we went to Happy Valley Launchbox and used our investigator skills to ask specific questions to buyers so that we could make the snowflakes that they wanted to purchase. Many times when I'm investigating for a class project, I ask my target audience specific questions about their likes, dislikes, wants, and needs so I could figure out how to target them effectively.
Now we're going to talk about the I for invest. An investor needs to have courage, take risk, and take action. It is important that you have an ability to influence others and produce a compelling reason for people to support your idea. This will then allow you to form key partnerships and alliances. You need to be great at knowing when and where to allocate time, money, people, and other resources, and whether a business model is actually worth the risk. However, we do see investors struggle to recognize the need to ask for information and help others around them to grow and improve their ability to influence other people. For our Invest Lab, we look back at previous episodes of Shark Tank, allowing us to discover how entrepreneurs were able to secure big money deals and convince the sharks to invest in their business. In the past, I have actually pitched a product to potential investors, and they said my passion and conviction when presenting my product was what got them home and believed in my product in the end. The next step is to bring in the idea to life and execute it. So now we're going to talk about implement.
Success is 95% implementation. The fifth I is implement. We're all for implementing our ideas, but what most don't expect is the wall of disappointment. If the implementer is not prepared for this wall, their idea will inevitably fail before it is ever implemented. Great implementers are those who don't just talk about their ideas, they do them and build a great team around them to help them accomplish them. Talk is cheap. A bad implementer may be someone who jumps into things too quickly or doesn't have sight of their purpose. This can leave them lost and confused. In class, we conducted a lab where we created a poster to promote a business in the area. Not only this, but we had to hang our poster somewhere in the community. This was a great learning experience, showing us how to actually act on our project. In my life, I saw examples of good and bad implementation in my job. My coworker had great ideas for our social media, but never carried them through. Because of this, I was focused on creating fun content ideas while also thinking practically about what we could and could not post. Now that we've covered the fundamentals of implementing, let's talk about improving our ideas.
The final I in the 6 I's model is improve, which focuses on refining strategies based on feedback and results. A strength of this phase is its focus on growth, but a weakness is that it can be difficult to gauge when improvement is enough. As previously mentioned, we created a poster for a nonprofit, Center County Volunteers in Medicine, but took it further by raising funds and collecting dog and cat cans for Center County Paws. Using GoFundMe and other means of social media, we were able to raise 518 cans and can equivalents. In my own experience as a PR figure, I learned from the previous content I made how to be more versatile in the types of videos I produce to draw more customer attraction. Through a life perspective, I believe in the Japanese concept of Kaizen, which means to continuously improve throughout your life by any means. Improving continuously is essential, but it's also important to recognize that a growth mindset drives the innovation needed for long-term success. This brings us to the next key component, mindset.
After covering all of these I's, it is important that we conclude with the fundamental piece of our entrepreneurial mindset. Mindset has everything to do with entrepreneurship and can help or harm our endeavors. Here are all of the adjectives we mentioned in class that contribute to a strong entrepreneurial mindset. Which word do you think resonates the most with your character? Find it and turn and tell your neighbor. Great! Now that you identified it, you can grow in it and find other entrepreneurial qualities to grow in. For this lab, we were to watch a show called 30-something and follow the story of two entrepreneurs, Elliot and Michael, who had very different mindsets. These mindsets shine through specifically in their personal lives and thus had an impact on their career. Yes, it's a cliche, but mindset is so important in entrepreneurship. How we spend our days is how we spend our lives, so let's be entrepreneurs who are learners every day.